real mother.
Can I offer you some advice? Get your stuff together or my daughter is going to fire you.
When friends turn foes, Andi and Fatima's explosive clash and the arrival of Andi's mother, Sistas Season 9 Episode 15 breakdown. Just when fans thought Sistas couldn't get any more dramatic, Tyler Perry drops another bombshell, and this time, it's not just about love, but loyalty, pride, and power. The latest episode teaser sets the stage for a confrontation fans have been waiting for. The long-simmering tension between Andi and Fatima finally boils over, and the result is pure emotional chaos. Bomb: the secret that broke the peace. The drama begins with Fatima storming into the restaurant where Andi is having lunch with her mother. The air is thick with tension, and before Andi can even greet her, Fatima drops the bomb. "So you weren't going to tell me Zach saw you naked?" The entire restaurant falls silent. Andi's mother, elegant and composed, looks up in confusion while Andi freezes, completely caught off guard. Andi tries to explain that it was an accident, that nothing inappropriate happened. But Fatima isn't just angry about the incident. She's furious about the silence. "You're my friend, Andi. You're supposed to tell me something like that before I hear it from Zach." The clash isn't just about what happened. It's about trust. These two women have always been each other's safe space, but this moment cracks that bond in a way that feels almost irreparable. High voltage sign: Andi's defense. "It wasn't my story to tell." Andi, holding her composure as best she can, insists that she didn't hide anything out of guilt. She was protecting Fatima from unnecessary worry. "Fatima, Zach didn't do anything wrong. He walked out. He apologized. We agreed it never happened. It wasn't even my story to tell." But to Fatima, it's not that simple. This isn't just about Zach's mistake, it's about Andi's silence. Fatima feels blindsided and humiliated that she's only finding out now, after everything she and Zach have survived together. Her voice shakes as she says, "You could have called me, Andi. One call. One message. Instead, I had to hear it from him like I was some stranger." The scene captures the emotional complexity of their friendship. Two women who love each other deeply, now standing on opposite sides of a painful misunderstanding. Andi's mom enters the conversation and turns up the heat. Andi's mom, Mrs. Barnes, doesn't hold her tongue for long. She's been watching the argument unfold, and her protective instincts kick in immediately. When Fatima raises her voice, Mrs. Barnes cuts in sharply. "Young lady, you might want to lower your tone when speaking to my daughter." Fatima, trying to keep her composure, replies respectfully but firmly. "With all due respect, this is between me and Andi." But that only makes things worse. Mrs. Barnes, known for her sharp tongue and old-school attitude, leans in with a thin smile. "You work for my daughter, correct? Then maybe you should remember your place before she remembers it for you." The moment is icy. The tension shifts from emotional to professional, and for the first time, Fatima realizes she's being seen as a threat, not just to Andi's friendship, but to her position. Andi looks mortified as her mother continues. "You've gotten too comfortable, Ms. Fatima. I can see it in how you speak, how you carry yourself. You need to be careful before you talk yourself out of a job." The words hit like daggers. Broken heart Fatima's breaking point. Fatima's usual calm confidence begins to crack. She's held her ground through love triangles, jealousy, and emotional wars, but this is different. She's now being disrespected not just as a friend, but as a woman trying to build something of her own. Her voice trembles slightly, but she doesn't back down. "I've earned everything I have, Mrs. Barnes. I don't need anyone to hand me my place. I know who I am." The restaurant is silent again. Even Andi's mother looks taken aback for a moment. Andi, caught between the two women she cares about most, finally steps in. "Mom, that's enough. Fatima is not the enemy here." But the damage is done. Fatima gives Andi one last look, hurt, disappointed, and completely drained, before turning and walking away. Speech balloon Andi's regret and mother's manipulation. After Fatima leaves, Mrs. Barnes doesn't waste time voicing her opinion. "You need to be careful with that one, Andi. Women like her don't know how to stay in their lane. Today it's friendship, tomorrow it's your job, or worse, your man." Andi frowns, realizing her mother is starting to plant seeds of doubt that could destroy one of her most valuable relationships. This moment shows fans a side of Andi's mother we haven't fully seen before. Protective but manipulative, the kind of mother who mistakes control for care. It also opens up a new storyline for Sistas. Andi versus Fatima, not just as friends, but as women navigating career, class, and trust under fire. Fire. Why Tyler Perry made this move. Conflict breeds character. Tyler Perry knows his audience. He understands that Sistas thrives not just on romance, but on real, layered emotion. This confrontation was bound to happen. Fatima and Andi's friendship has always been strong, but their personalities are opposites. Andi, the polished lawyer with boundaries, and Fatima, the bold, emotional, no-nonsense fighter. By throwing Andi's mother into the mix, Perry turns the tension up another notch. It's not just about secrets, it's about power, identity, and respect. The heart of the story: women who love hard and fight harder. What makes this storyline powerful is that neither woman is entirely wrong. Fatima's anger comes from love. She expected honesty. Andi's silence comes from protection. She didn't want to cause unnecessary drama. They were both victims of circumstance, and their friendship is paying the price. But this is what keeps Sistas fans glued to the screen. Watching strong women navigate messy emotions with real consequences. Crystal ball prediction. What's next for Andi and Fatima? Episode 15 might end with silence, but the storm isn't over. Here's what's likely coming next. 1. Andi's guilt. She'll realize that keeping the secret did more harm than good. Expect a heartfelt scene where she tries to make things right with Fatima, but it might be too late. 2. Fatima's independence. Tired of being disrespected, Fatima might pull away from both Andi and the firm. This could mark the beginning of her focusing on her own career outside Andi's shadow. 3. Mrs. Barnes meddling. Andi's mother won't stop at words. She might actually pressure Andi to let Fatima go, sparking a workplace conflict that threatens to destroy everything. 4. Zach's reaction. When Zach finds out how badly things went, expect fireworks. He'll defend Fatima, even if it puts him at odds with Andi, again. 5. A broken sisterhood. The next few episodes will test whether Andi and Fatima can rebuild what they had, or whether this secret will mark the end of their friendship forever. Performing arts final thoughts. This isn't just a fight between two women, it's a battle of truth, pride, and power. Tyler Perry is showing fans that even strong sisterhoods can crack under pressure, and when outside voices, like Andi's mother, get involved, those cracks can become fractures. Still, true to Sistas' form, beneath all the yelling and hurt, there's love. The kind of love that hurts, heals, and, if they're lucky, forgives. Because in the world of Sistas, no relationship ends without a lesson. Broken heart fire.